Okay. All right, so I'm going to go through the entire process of creating this right here, which is kind of the finished project of what you should be turning in. Okay. I'm going to back up from what we've already done in this class already to kind of to show from the very beginning. So first of all, we already have an orthographic drawing of your 5 objects at this point in the process. So if you need to go back, you need to go back and redraw these things. This particular orthographic drawing does not show all the different blocks that are in this particular block. There are in fact 6 blocks, although only 4 of them are showing on this screen right here, or on this little image right here. Which is fine, because you don't have to show every one of your blocks. Sometimes on the isometric view, which is what this is, not all the blocks are showing. Okay. Step 1 involves drawing the quadrants. So we're going to draw 4 quadrants here. On this particular paper, there happens to be 15 blocks across. And I'm going to make the top right quadrant largest of the blocks. I'm turning this upside down like this because there's a little bit of writing on the bottom. Sorry that the lines are so light on this paper. It's kind of hard to see on that screen. This is regular graph paper, they're squares. And I'm going to count over 7 from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. And I'm going to draw another one down here so that I can draw this line accurately here. I'm going to draw this line in one consistent tone, from top to bottom. I'm actually going to take a moment to erase as I grab a better pencil. Bang my leg. I have a pencil with an eraser on it. Take a moment to erase those little extra spots, because I'm trying to create as clean of a paper as I can, which means I don't want these wrinkled or damaged in any way whatsoever. I want them to be nice, consistent, even tone all the way down. One even tone. Now, as I recall, I believe there's 19 and a half squares going down, so I'm going to count down 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So with this particular paper that I printed, which was scratch paper, graph paper that I printed from freegraphpaper.com, printfreegraphpaper.com, I think, with 1/2-inch squares. In order to make these as even as possible while making this one the largest, I went 7 over and 10 down. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place my isometric drawing in this top right-hand corner. To do that, I'm going to start out with a piece of scratch paper. I'm going to take my isometric view and turn it upside down on a clean area of the scratch paper, and take a glue stick, and I'm going to glue down the entire edge. I'm going to put glue on the entire edge all the way around the paper. So there's glue around the entire edge of the paper. And I'm going to put this in place. I'm going to center this on here, and I'm going to there's a line that goes straight down on this paper. There's lines going this direction, and there are lines that go off to the left and the right. I'm going to use one of the vertical lines to line up my paper. It's really hard to see. I'm also going to take a piece of scratch paper and put it on top to smush that down. I'm doing that because I'm worried that if I use my hand to do this, I might smear pencil lead all over this paper. especially if I get any glue anywhere on here, then I'm going to smear that glue, and then the graphite's going to get in the glue, and you'll never get rid of that mark. I'm trying to create as clean a paper as I can. Okay, so this is generally centered. You can see it's kind of in the middle here. It's pretty close to centered, and it is perfectly straight up and down. These three lines right here, boom, 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 are parallel with this axis right there. Honestly, I think I could have gone a little lower, but there you go. The next thing you're going to need to do is actually physically create that object with blocks so you can see it. This particular block is like this, is what you're seeing. What you're not seeing is a block that is back here and a block that is back there. This is actually what that block looks like. There are two blocks behind here that you can't see because of the perspective of this block. It's actually that. What you're seeing, you can't see the other two blocks because of the way it is. Okay? From this perspective, this is the top of the block, which is this right here is the top. Okay? This over here is the front, and this over here is the right-hand side. So, when I'm drawing the top, which this area right here is the top, I'm going to make sure the top is up, and I'm going to make sure that the front is on the right-hand side, and the right-hand side is on the right. Wait, no, this is wrong. Boom, that's what I want. This is the top, this is the front, and that's the right-hand side. That's the way I want to draw this thing. Okay? But before I do that, I need to establish this corner right here where that corner right there is going to be. That corner is going to be 2 up and 2 over from the origin. Okay? And I'm going to draw an orthogonal line which I'm going to intentionally try to draw very light, as light as I can. I'm basically going to barely drag the pencil down the paper. And I'm going to draw over as well. There. And then down 2 from here, so down 2 and over 2. I'm also going to draw a light line. So that I can line up all 3 of my drawings. So once again, this is up 2 and over 2, down 2 and over 2, and then down 2 and over 2 again, right here, is where I'm going to draw these orthogonal lines which will help me to line up all of my blocks. And now let's go back to drawing that original drawing. So this is the original drawing. This is the top, this is the front, top, this is the front, this is the right-hand side. So the right-hand side is on the right. And this is what I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw 1 block per square on here. I'm going to grab my smaller thing here. And I'm going to draw this thing. So from this corner it goes back 2. And what I asked you guys to do in the past is to just draw the outline for right now. I did that so that you would not have too much work that you had to do ahead of time. So I'm going to catch you up with where I left off before. Working a little more quickly than I should be. Plus my lines are so darn light on this graph paper. Perhaps I'm a bit of a Luddite. That means that I'm not that technically savvy. because there probably was a way for me to get this to print better in a darker manner. Okay? So now I've drawn just the outline of this shape. Now for the next drawing, which is going to be down here, this is going to be the front. This is the top. Do not write this, but I'm going to put it on here. And I'm going to write it so light that I can erase it later. That's the top. This is the front. And this is going to be the right-hand side. You should not be writing that. I wrote it just for the sake of understanding this video. So now that I'm looking at the front, I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to ask myself, this is the front right here. Can't really see. This is the front right here. So I'm going to rotate this the way where this is the front, this is the top, and this is the right-hand side. And that's how I'm going to draw this time. Okay? So this one is going to come down to, it's going to be kind of that shape right there. It's kind of an L shape or backwards L shape. I'll line this up on the top. I really wish I could see better. And this was L shape. Now once again, I'm working a little quickly, but the paper that I put up on the wall will suffice as being 100%. If you were able to match what I do while talking in a video and not working as carefully as I could, then that will be considered full credit. Okay, so the last thing here is we're going to look at the right-hand side, which is this side. So if I rotate that, so the right-hand side is in the front, visible, and this is the top, and the front is facing the front, then that's what we're going to be drawing next. So that one is 1, 2 across here, 1, 2 down this way, that's going to be 1, it's going to be 3 across the bottom. And then 1 here. And down here. Now, ideally, there's going to be 2 different tones of pencil lead here. There is your object lines, which is going to include these quadrant lines here, as well as all the lines that I've drawn so far are going to be object lines. The other lines here are orthogonal lines, and they should be one consistent lighter tone. Okay? All right, so this is where we left off with you guys before, and this is where you guys should be at right now. Okay? In the next video, we're going to move on from here. We're going to end this here just so the video is not too long. Thank you.